Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner? Hello, world. Guess who's coming to dinner? You have no idea. I'm very excited today. I've got a special guest. We're going to do something a little different. I've been kind of touched by everything that's going on. Ooh, my hair looks crazy. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. I still did the wrong way. Anyway, this is crazy. That piece right there is bugging me. So it needs to go back over here. There you go, Jazz. Listen, I have a friend of mine that's going to join us in just a few minutes. But first, I want to tell you about some things that's coming up on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. This week just happens to be the girl's birthday week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do something special this Friday. We're going to have dinner. Really going to have dinner for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner at Rick B's Cafe here in Louisville. Going to go join Rick. Rick's a singer, piano player. He has his own new spot that we're going to go patronize him this weekend. And then on Sunday, listen to me. That Sunday after Elder Jack does his hour of power on Jesus Way Ministries, going to come back on and do a girlfriends reunion. That's right. Me and Darkus. Going to have some other special girlfriends that have done the show before from Las Vegas and other parts of the country here in Louisville, Kentucky. I've had almost 10 different girls do the show. And we're going to have them come on and have a few special guests. We want you to join us. I was just trying to check in to see where my special guest this evening was. He's trying to get in, I'm sure. So I'm going to send him another invite. But Darkus and I will be kind of reminiscing about Girlfriends. It's a show that we did. When I moved back from living in Paris, myself and Darkus and Mario, we got together and did a girlfriend show, and it went over so well. I had just started doing it on a regular basis. We did it at Caesar's Palace for the Nevada Minority Purchasing Council. We did it at the MGM for Women's Expo. We did it for the Western Boulevard at the Bellagio. Yes, we did, honey. And where else did we do it? And then we came to Louisville. I did it twice at the Kentucky Center for the Arts with Mr. Ken Clay. We did one Hometown Girlfriends. And then I did a Girlfriends out to the Clifton Center, a tribute to Father's Day. So Darkus and I are going to reminisce. We're going to hit up some girlfriends to pop in and say hello to us and reminisce a little bit. It was, those were really good times. We need a little joy. I need a little joy because all the rest of this madness has just made me absolutely crazy. So without further ado, let me bring to you my guest. You hear me? I said my guest, my booty, my TT, my one and only, Mr. Tony Terry. What's up, baby?
What's up, JC? I made it. By the hairs of my chin.
I am so thrilled to have you. I watch you on your Tony Terry Tuesdays. You be cutting it up, you and your boys. Y'all just cut up, don't you?
We're just trying to have some fun. Stay out of trouble.
Look, that's what I said about this week. I was telling everybody that this is my birthday week. So
I didn't know that. I should have known that as long as I've known you.
Yes.
But
you've known me
so.
since TT. Okay, we're gonna go back 1986.
Was it 86?
86. Because I arrived in New York the day that the space shuttle blew up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
In January 86. And so then we all hooked up doing Mama, I Want to Sing.
Well, how we met was we got on the bus going to the Heckscher Theater. We got on the same bus, or I got on the bus at the same time, and then we got off at the same time.
And kind of looked at each other.
You don't remember that part? That's how we actually met, on the bus.
TT, I'm a little older than you, honey. I take my pills every day.
I hear you, sis.
Hey, look, let's present to the audience, Tony. You know, I heard this song, and then I saw your face, and I said, "What?" So, introduce this song that I want the world to hear. Well, and I want it presented by you.
Okay, so the song is "Let Me Breathe." Okay, and it was written by John P. Key, who's also featured.
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. I call him Uncle. So he called me and asked me because we've been talking about doing something for years, and I mean literally for years, and it just never happened. And so he wrote the song within 24 hours of George Floyd being murdered.
Oh, right.
And I didn't know that at the moment. I just recently found that out. I didn't know when he had written it, but I thought the song was right on time. And he got a whole bunch of hard hitting, some of the best male singers in the game on this record. Wow. And it turned out to be really magical and right on time. And I'm honored to be a part of it. The song is called "Let Me Breathe."
Okay, here we go now. Now y'all know I'm the videographer here, so watch me make these moves. Okay.
I am a man. I have a heart. There is so much inside of me I must impart.
I never even listened.
There is someone that loves me. I can't imagine life without him being there. Oh yeah. So you can take my life in your hand. Treat me as though I'm not coming man. You may never ever show respect to me, but that's one thing I'm all respectfully. Just let me breathe. Let me breathe. Oh. That's a God-given right given to me. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. My life matters to my family friends. I don't admit I walk in fear, never knowing if my end is drawing near. I tell my seed they must comply, but it seems that that's a game called do and die. So you can take my life in your hand. Oh no, treat me as though I'm not a common man. You may never ever show respect to me. There is one thing I'm on. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. That's a God-given right. That's a God-given right. Given
Just let me breathe.
At the hand,
Let me breathe.
for my
For
life
my life
matters
matters
to my
to my
family
family, friends,
friends.
and
Regardless of what you see, I am a human being. Please let me breathe. I'm a human being, and I am just like you. Let me breathe. Let me breathe.
for my life matters.
And I've got a right to live. And I got a right to breathe. I'm still
Let me breathe, yeah. Regardless of what you think, I am a human being.
I've got a right to breathe. Let me breathe. I have the right to live.
I have the right to live.
I have the right to live.
I have the right to live. Say what?
So now say, let me breathe. Let me breathe. You can't take my rights away. You can't take my rights away. Not today or the day. No, not today. I have the right to live. I have the right to live. I have the right to live. Say the name, say the name. I have the right to live. Breonna every corner. Today we are the fuck they have the right to live.
I have the right to live.
Say it, please let
Oh,
me
yeah.
let me walk the sky. So let me
Breathe. Let me breathe, yeah.
That's a
It's a God-given right given to me.
So if
Let
I
me
die at the hands of one carelessly, my life matters.
my life
My
matters. My family,
friends,
friends,
and
and
me.
me.
Everybody. Oh, my life matters to my
My
family,
family, friends,
and
and
me.
me.
Oh, my life matters to my
To my
family,
family, friends.
and me.
Oh,
My
my life
life
matters.
matters to family,
Family,
friends,
friends,
and
and
me.
me. Oh, Mm-mm-mm.
Woo!
You know what? First of all, I didn't know I was live. Secondly,
That's all right, baby. You did just fine. Wait a minute. Let me get you back in the picture. All
yeah.
right.
Honestly, I worked on the record, and I've been so busy, doing other things and trying to get my album done, and life. I'd never
Life
even listened
happens.
to the.
Life
I never
happens.
listened. I never listened to the whole thing done.
Ah, I mean, it has just swept me off my
I've been on
feet
the
too.
news. I've been on the world news. I still never listened. I still
Shame,
haven't.
child.
This is the
Shame.
first time I've listened to the entire song done
Well,
because
I'm
I did my
glad that
part.
I
I did my
premiered it
part.
with you.
I know I did my part, and that was pretty much that for me because I went
Yeah.
on to the next thing.
Just keep it moving. Well,
Yeah,
I want
you
to
got
tell
to
you,
keep it moving.
I'm so happy for you. God's been good to you. I looked on your, you had a post the other day. I said, you already got 21 booked up to the end of the year. It looks like already.
Look, listen, I'm so grateful. I really am. When the pandemic started last year, after just about maybe 3 or 4 weeks, I started doing lives, on my page because I had never even been live before, and I
Right.
just stayed with it consistently. And I wasn't charging people. I was really doing it for me, And it
Right.
just turned out to be something that was becoming a part of people's lives. They were looking forward to it, and they would
Yeah.
share, how
Yeah.
their day or how their week had been, if they had lost somebody. So I
Yeah.
realized that it was bigger than me. So I just kept doing it. But the result of it has been, whatever things that have been available in terms of lucrative
Yeah.
gigs, I've been getting called for. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is like planting seeds,
Planting the
being a
seeds and watching
being
them
a
grow,
being
baby.
being a blessing to people, and being blessed
Yeah.
as a result.
Yeah, TT. You always have been a spiritual young man. I had to give you your props. But I'm so honored that you came on with me today.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
saying
in the
okay.
studio recording.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna hold you up, but I want to say I love you. You take care of yourself,
I love you back, sis.
and we'll hook up and we'll do some reminiscing. Look, this Sunday
Right.
on at 8 o'clock, me and Darkus are doing Girlfriends Reminiscent.
Okay.
Jantastic Productions. Check
That's
us
what's
out.
up.
This
That's what's up.
gonna be some magic.
I know
I
you
love
two
you,
together. I
sweetie.
know y'all gonna be cutting up. I
Oh,
love you back. I'll
take
talk
care.
to you soon, okay?
All right, darling. Bye-bye. TT, Tony Terry. Wow. So now, today I don't have a guest, but what I do have for you is the interview that I was privileged to do with KCEP out in Las Vegas. I wasn't out in Las Vegas, but Ramon Savoy is the producer of a morning show in Las Vegas called Ladies First. And they wanted to find out more about Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and talk about the show and how it helps relate to what's going on in our world today. The DOJ has just said that they are going to come and check out the LMPD right here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I applaud you, Mr. Merritt, our new Attorney General. They need to be checked out, because otherwise you have noticed the killing has not stopped. The killing has not stopped. So on that note, take a listen to my interview with Miss, I think her name is Crystal White, for Ladies First in Las Vegas on KCEP 88.1. Check us out. Here I am. Ta-da. Okay. Ramon Savoy was the former owner and publisher of the Las Vegas Sentinel Voice, was the black newspaper in Las Vegas. And we've been friends for many, many years. And I was very honored that he invited me to be on his show today, his radio show. So you're going to hear the conversation, but you're only going to see me. Because if I do too much, I might mess stuff up. So right now it sounds like maybe you'll be able to hear the whole conversation, which tonight you have to tune in at 7 p.m. on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I have some special things to show you tonight. I have a special guest. My guest is Mr. Jan Waddell, Attorney Jan Waddell. We're gonna talk about the new trial coming up. We're gonna get his take on where we're positioned in the legal system to move forward and get some things done and some laws put in place. But I thought the best person to talk to that has probably a very colorful approach to the legal system, and that's our very own Jan Waddell. So tune in tonight at 7 o'clock, and I got a world premiere on my show, something that was very touching for me. So I'm going to show you some things that have I've been looking at over this past week. And
hello.
Cheryl, Janis?
Is this Miss? Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's
Miss Carter?
Yes.
Okay, is it Carter Miller or just Miss Carter?
You can just call me Carter. Everybody in Las Vegas knows me by Janis Carter.
Hi, you guys. This is Cheryl Lightford with Like It Is Radio featuring Ladies First. You just had a conversation with me and attorney Sherry Royster. She is the Legal Redress Committee Chair for the Las Vegas NAACP. Now, you guys, I have a surprise for you. I have Miss Carter, Miss Janis Carter. She has her own production company, fantastic production company. She does this show that's kind of similar to what the breakdown is, what they do on Wednesday nights here at KCEP. It's called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Miss Janis Carter to Ladies First. Hi, Miss Carter. How are you?
I am Jantastic. How about yourself? Hey, Las Vegas.
I am fabulous. Yeah, go ahead and say hi to Las Vegas.
Look, I miss
people are very familiar with you here.
The only thing I miss about Las Vegas are all my friends. I mean, I miss the music, but I miss all my friends because they were my other family, my extended family for the 30-some years that I lived there. You know, so I'm there in my hearts always.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So now you're in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
And I believe in June you started a Facebook Live show.
Right.
And it's called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Tell us about this show.
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner came to me when I was watching all the protests here in Louisville. We were the city where the murder of Breonna Taylor happened. And watching the protest on the streets, I felt like I was in a time warp and that we had gone back to 1967, 68, when we were protesting just for our rights again. And people were saying, you know, now is the time to have a conversation about race. And so, you know, a light went off. I had an epiphany. And it said, okay, so you facilitate this conversation. That was my calling to do that. Because being a child of the civil rights movement and having participated in it, I demonstrated for open housing here in Louisville, Kentucky in 1968. So I knew that I was not getting ready to go out and do much marching because of the pandemic and all of that. But I felt like there was something else that I can do. And it was more important than trying to do music on Facebook and social media. I thought I needed to maybe set up a situation where I would facilitate this conversation about racism and racist policies. And that's what I've been doing since, I really started the show in October of 2020. I was doing my prep for it beforehand. But Guess Who's Coming to Dinner comes from the movie, Sidney Poitier, and engaged to a white woman whose parents were totally thrown off, and as well as his parents. So they had to have a conversation, but they were having a conversation really without having a conversation. It was just very subliminal. But Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is not subliminal. It's all up in your face. So that's how that started.
Okay. And so prior to COVID, to my understanding, you did this show at your home, and you would do it at your dinner table. You would invite local guests, and you would have Black-owned businesses to cater, restaurants to cater while you guys did the show. Is that how that worked?
Well, that's how that was supposed to work. But like I said, COVID intervened. That's why I'm doing it on Facebook and YouTube, because of COVID's intervention. The premise of the show is that the conversation is held over it's dinner conversation. And my guest would be my dinner guest at my home, at a studio, wherever that's going to happen. And that will be happening come July of this year that we're going to go live and in person with at least 2 guests, because I'm still going to kind of follow some COVID protocols. We'll have a set design. We'll be at a dining room table. We'll have meals prepared by Black chefs in our community. And I've also been bringing in more of the community, the voices, the unheard voices in our community that are doing some of the heavy lifting, organizations that are trying to fight against violence here in the city, organizations that are after school programs for our children. People, our council people, I had on our mayor the other week. I've had on our state representatives, our state senator and our state representative. I've had these people on to talk about what's going on in our community and trying to find solutions. That's the premise, that we have these conversations, but we try to get to some kind of end result. We ended up with the Breonna Taylor no knock law here in the city. The state just recently passed Breonna Taylor no knock law, but it was kind of watered down from what the initial bill was presented to the floor by our local representative to the state legislature. And but at least we got something going. So now we're having talks about equitable disparities, and our mayor just came out with a budget this morning, about maybe $100 million that's going to the West. I grew up in the West, in Louisville, Kentucky, and so the show, when it takes off in July, we'll be sitting at a dinner table eating some delicious meals from all these Black chefs in the city, and giving them some exposure, giving Black businesses exposure, because Black businesses all over the country have been having a rough time. So I thought maybe that was something else that I could do.
And your show must be quite important. And I say that because it's not always easy getting the mayor or state senators or representatives to come on to a show. Sometimes I don't care how big a show is or whatever. So for you to be able, to get them on your show, that speaks volumes to what it is you're trying to do.
Well, it's that, and they know me. I'm a hometown girl with a little notoriety in the entertainment field. So me calling on them is just like calling up one of my friends saying, I need to have you on my show. I've not had one individual to turn me down as of yet, and I'm very proud of that. Yeah, it's been very interesting. The mayor, I brought the mayor on because he had done some things. I told him, I said, Black folks is really mad at you last year. He said, not just Black folks, honey. White folks was mad at me. So, it was a conversation that I had with him, but it was a conversation between two friends, and there were no talking points. He just spoke from his heart. So that's what, people don't get to hear when, especially our elected officials are on TV. They give sound bites, they just give half of the interview, or they don't get to say everything they want to say. So I gave him an opportunity to clear up some misconceptions, about our new police chief. She resigned the day after the killing in Atlanta, where they shot the young man in his back. And then she becomes our new police chief. I was trying to understand that. I was saying, how did that happen? All that baggage, and she gets to be our new police chief. Come on now. So anyway, that's because they know me from my singing and the things that I've done. I also I started a dirt bowl playground basketball tournament here years ago, which has just celebrated 50 years. It's called the Louisville Dirt Bowl. And so I'm known from those two things as far as singing and the basketball. So now here I am as a talk show host. Who'd have thunk it?
Community active, yes. Absolutely, yes. So do you see a difference between Black on Black violence and police brutality? Do you see a difference?
What do you mean, do I see a difference? There is. Go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Well, I mean, they are different. Black on black crime is embedded in our community. We've got one of the highest murder rates in the city of Louisville, and for the past 2 or 3 years, it's been like that. So we're knee deep in trying to find ways to keep the kids from killing each other. You know, we've got programs that, you know, there's a gentleman here that you call him after something has happened or your child has been murdered. You know, I said, but we need programs that, you know, you need to call somebody before it happens. If somebody's beefing and the parents know about it, you know, we have to have intervention, you know. So there's another program here called No More Red Dots. You know, like they put the little stickers on the maps to show where somebody was murdered. So those are the kinds of programs that every community needs, you know, to help, you know, talk to our children. You know, let's make a pact. You don't come after my child won't come after your child. And parents are going to be eventually start to be held responsible for these children having guns because they know they have guns in their homes. I think that's going to come up.
Okay, so let me, that's an interesting thing that you just said, that the parents know that children have guns in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think parents always know? Because sometimes, you know, as parents, we're in so many different directions, and we're not sometimes just raising an only child. We're raising, you know, maybe 2 or 3 children, and whether we're single parents or not, we're working. It's COVID, it's everything. We do sometimes miss out on things. So do you think that that we always know, or that maybe we just need to pay attention more to what our children are doing?
All of the above. I think we need to pay more attention. You know, you can't turn a blind eye to that. You know, I know a lot of, especially single parents, that especially if it's just a woman in the home, she's trying to tell this child, you know, baby, don't carry the guns. Please don't go out and do this. You know, I know, you know, and then they're telling them, you know, mama, if I'm not strapped down, somebody's coming after me. So you rather that they have it than don't have it, you know. And then you see, you know, parents that maybe some parents might promote it. But then we've also got a gang problem. We've got a gang problem here as well. So, you know, whenever somebody's beefing, they seem to seek each other out. And then after that happens, then there's retribution. You know, somebody else is going to come after you because you came after us. And it's just a vicious circle. And it's not just happening in Louisville, Kentucky. I know it's probably going on in Las Vegas, because when I lived there, we had Bloods and Crips, and I ran a Boys and Girls Community Center. But I was in the middle of gang turf. But in order to come into my center, you could not wear bandanas of any color to come inside. And that was through the Las Vegas Housing Authority. And a lot of times now, you know, old folks used to kind of handle kids. Old folks are scared of kids now. You know, so nobody's going to tell anybody else, a child, I'm going to tell your mama. They say, go right ahead. She already know.
Absolutely.
And some of these children are they're putting the bread and butter on the table as well. So, you know, to find a way that we can work with children. And my whole thing is, I've got a program that I'm going to be sharing with the organization I mentioned to you. My program is called Louisville All Stars. A lot of these kids, they didn't go to college. They're out of high school. They're sitting on mama's couch smoking weed with some more folks that didn't go to college, you know, don't have a job, coming over to mama's house smoking weed, and they figure out something dumb to do, thinking they're going to get some money. Well, these are probably some of our most talented youth in our community. So being a performer, I said, you know, they want to be singers, they want to be dancers, they want to be comedians, they want to be models. Let's teach them how to do what they think they know how to do best.
Yes.
And that way we can take them off the street at least 3-4 hours a day or a week. and make it so that they feel like they've got a chance in society. Our kids here in this city, I have been told, they don't think they're going to live past 18 years old. Now that's sad. So yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, when I heard that, I'm saying, what? They don't think they're going to live past 18, so they're living like every day is their last day. And I think we can do more. The community has to, come out from behind the shadows. We got to be, if we're going to be the village can't be scared, as the kids would say. You got to step out.
Absolutely.
You got to step out on the front lines. You just have to. Otherwise, all of our communities are going to be destroyed. And that's what Mr. Charlie wants.
You're absolutely right, and I like what you said, and what you said, there's definitely some truth. There was a time when our elders would say something to the children. I mean, definitely my age, if you got in trouble, you got in trouble by all the parents in the neighborhood.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was truly a village, but we have gotten to a point where elders are really afraid to say something to the youth because you don't know how they may come back at you. So
exactly.
Sometimes we feel like it's just best not to say anything. But one thing that I've learned, and this is with talking to my daughter and talking to nieces and nephews and just teenagers in general, we have to figure out a way to come to them where we're not necessarily coming to them where we're talking down to them like they just don't know anything. We kind of have to get with them on their level to get their attention.
As they say, to come to them where they are. Where they are.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I think that there's a way to approach. You can't, what worked for us back in the day
does not work for them.
Not going to work. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Nope.
Like you said, you have to come down to where they are.
Right.
And approach them from that point, get their attention, and then maybe you can, kind of give them some guidance or some advice or whatever.
Right.
You guys, I'm Cheryl Lightford with Like It Is Radio featuring Ladies First. I'm speaking to Miss Janis Carter. She is a musician, activist, a talk show host. She has a talk show guest who's coming to dinner, and you know what? It's for those that want to tune in. How can we tune in?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and I also have my own Roku channel, and they're all under Jantastic Productions. So you can every Monday, every Friday at 7 p.m. and that's East Coast time because now I'm not in Las Vegas anymore. I'm East Coast over here in Louisville, Kentucky. But at 7 p.m. on Mondays and tonight at 7 p.m. tonight, I've got, like I said, I've got a outstanding attorney here in the city. His name is Jan Waddell. He's actually Muhammad Ali's cousin, her first cousin.
Oh, okay.
And he's my childhood friend. And he's very candid, and he's no holds barred. So I'm looking forward to having this conversation this evening. I said, I had to get myself ready for Mr. Waddell because he's not mincing his words at all. But we're having him on this evening. But everything is under Jantastic Productions, and people that have Roku stick or Roku TV, you can download it on your TV just by typing in the name, so you can watch this on the big screen. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's Jantastic Productions with a J, not fantastic.
Right.
So I just want to make sure people do understand that Jantastic with the J.
Absolutely.
So, in the communities where there is so much violence, we do need education. We do need mentorship.
Yes.
We need programs, and we need economics.
Right.
And I remember you saying that there's a program there that after your child has been in trouble, then you can contact them. But yes, you're right. We need something that redirects the youth attention before they get into trouble.
Right. It's really, it's for the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
But how do you, okay, I agree, it's the parents, right? But
no, the program is for the parents.
How can I teach okay, the program is for the parents.
Right.
Okay. But as a parent, how do I teach what I don't know? Because you have to remember, at least when I was growing up, childhood or teenage pregnancy was really, really big.
Right.
You know, and it's probably not as prevalent now. I don't know, because you don't see it as much as you did back in the 80s and 90s. At least I haven't. But, you know, I've heard stories of some of the teenagers. But how do you teach somebody what they don't know?
Well, what it is if we just have to get the information out into the public, out to the community. Parents, if you're having problems, if your child is having problems, it even starts at school, the bullying, you know, because the gangs go to school. These kids are school age kids, you know, so they go to school. The parents just need to know where they can go to get help. The parents know if their child is doing, their behavior is not the norm, that they may need to go talk to somebody that can direct them where to go get the help. The parents have got to be more proactive on parenting their child than just sitting and watching, saying, I didn't know what to do. That I don't know what to do means go find some place. Somebody can tell you, some social services in the Black community. There's somebody somewhere that knows someplace you can go and talk to somebody, or somebody that may even come and talk to your child for you. You got to seek it out. These millennials, they not taking it like we took it back in the day. They saying, you know, this is kind of do or die. They're not going through this all the rest of their life and have all their children go through it. But, you know, you've got to be proactive if you want to save your child's life, period.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You're definitely right. Hey, you guys, I'm Cheryl Lightford with Like It Is Radio. I am speaking to Miss Janis Carter. She is a musician and activist. She's a talk show host. Guess who's coming to dinner? And prior to home, I had a conversation with the Legal Redress Chair Committee, licensed attorney in Ohio, Miss Sherry Royster. We talked about what the NAACP is doing. I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. Definitely catch me back here on Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. right here at KCEP. But before we leave, I want to ask you, Miss Carter, if you don't mind, can you please leave us with a little something?
What I'll leave you with is what I say a lot on my show. Is if you remember the movie Jerry Maguire, the hook, the most profound statement in that movie is not show me the money. It is not. It is help me, help you, to help me, to help you, to help me, to help you. And if we do that, and make that the vicious circle of helping each other, then we can make some changes come about. But we can't help each other if we don't participate. You got to step out of your comfort zone. My Black community all over this country got to step out your comfort zones and help one another.
Absolutely. Go back to it takes a village to raise a
Girl,
child.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
30 seconds.
Thank you for having me on.
So we have just a few seconds left. Can you leave us with a little something to remember? Can you give us some of your musical genius?
20 seconds.
Black brothers,
Just a little something.
how I love you. There is no one above you. I want you to know that I am here for you forever true, because you are my black brother. How I love you. Hope that'll work. Well, and that's the name of that tune. So, this has been a different kind of Monday, kind of laid back Monday. I want to thank Tony Terry for helping to introduce the "Let Me Breathe" song. It's trending on Facebook. You can be able to find it anywhere. It's trending. It's called "Let Me Breathe." Beautiful song. I'm going to take us out with it. But don't forget, Friday we're going to be at Rick B's Cafe. Going to hear some music with Mr. Rick Bartlett. And then on Sunday, and I mean on Sunday, Girlfriends Reminiscing 25 years. 25 years ago, actually, it was last year. Okay, so but COVID wrecked everything. So now we just kind of postponed it and moved it up to this year. That we're going to be reminiscing about 25 years ago when we first did the first Girlfriend show. And it still has life. It has legs. And it'll be like the Kentucky Derby on Friday. The Phillies going to be out the gate as soon as they open up the doors. We'll get this party started again. I hope everyone enjoys themselves this evening. It's dinner time. Guess who's coming to dinner? Bon appetit. We're going to go back to the song. Let's go out with a little bit of that.
I am a man. I have a heart. There is so much inside of me I must impart. There is someone that loves me. I can't imagine life without him being there. Oh yeah. So you can take my life in your hand. Treat me as though I'm not a common man. You may never ever show respect to me, but that's one thing I'm all respect for me. Just let me breathe. Let me breathe. Oh, that's a God-given right given to me. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. My life matters to my family, friends. I don't admit I walk in fear, never knowing if my end is drawing near. I tell my seed they must comply, but it seems that that's a game called do and die. So you can take my life in your hands. Oh no, treat me as though I'm not a common man. You may never show respect to me. Respect to me. There is one thing I'm on. Respect for me. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. That's a God-given right. That's a God-given right. Given to me. Oh, if I die at the hands of somebody can I see? For my life matters to my family, friends. Regardless of what you see, I am a human being. I am a please let me please let me try to breathe. I'm a human being, and I am just like you.
Unmute the mic. Here I am.